Hello and welcome back to Wizardry 8. So, to actually be educational for once, I'm going to show you parts of this game I haven't shown you yet. So, when you start a new game, this is basically your character select screen. You can add people to your party and take them away as desired. Now, as you can see, the characters I made before are already in here, but there's also many other characters that have already been placed in there for you. But chances are you may want to make your own. So let me show you how that's done. So first off, when you make a character, you choose their profession. You also get a nice change in music as well. So for example, let's say I want to make a priest. Now, starting off, when you pick a class, immediately their best stats are already assigned. As you can see here, the priest starts with 60 piety and 55 vitality. They also get a couple of building traits shown here, and their professions are shown as well. Now, your next option is to choose your race. So let's say we're going to have a werewolf priest. Now, the other stats are then assigned on top of that. In addition, you'll note that we have a bunch of bonus points. Different races will have different bonus points available to them depending on their own starting stats. If I recall correctly, humans probably have the greatest allocation, so you can just apply bonus points as desired. You would not be putting them in speed, for example, because that would be stupid. No, you would be putting them in this case probably into vitality, particular into piety, and probably into intelligence as well, as when the skill ability gets to 100, you unlock their elite skill. For intelligence, that's basically power cast, which allows your spells to do extra damage. And then you'll probably want to do strength as well, as priests can be fairly useful with flail weapons, as well as staves, which allows them to attack from behind. Male and female are then your next choice. And there is a slight difference in that there is some specific gear only available to female characters that increases their stamina regeneration, which is good for certain classes like the Gadgeteer and rapid attacking classes, as well as obviously the Bard. The male doesn't get any such gear. The female characters are also the only ones who can go Valkyrie. Males can't be Valkyries. You'll note that you get extra resistance down here as well. Different races will have different resistances available to them, as you saw different bonus points as well. With, in this case, werewolves having the most bonus points available to them, probably because they have most of their starting points go into piety, and since your piety is already set, you get a bunch of bonus points from that. What is amusing is sometimes this can go overboard. So for example, if you went samurai, you actually have -5 bonus points. This doesn't really detract from you, but it can be a bit amusing to see sometimes. And the exception to the rule is the ninja, who assign all of their points straight away. There's no bonus points. I stand corrected, but it's quite amusing that it has the exact number of bonus points for a werewolf. But anyway, we're talking about priests. So, I'm going to very rapidly assign these points again. And people are probably going to experts of this game are probably going to call me out on my character choice, but this is mostly as an example. So, as a starting caster, you can pick 2 spells to start off with. So, obviously, you'd probably want to take Heal Wounds, because generally your priest is going to be there as a healer and a buffing character. So, you'll probably want to take Bless as well. You can right-click on a spell to view its effects. So, Bless, for example, has a short duration, but it hits the party and increases their chance AC and chances of hitting the target. Generally, a good thing you want to do. You can also see that the duration is based on power level. Before, when you're casting spell, you'll note that there were the bubbles to pick, and higher bubbles were redded out on quite a few. Basically, that's your power level. Next, your skills. Now, your skills are organized into a few categories. So, over here you have your base skills, so your close combat, and so on and so forth. Range combat, artifacts, mythology, and communication. Characters who can dual wield will have that go in there as well, and that sort of thing. Next, over here you have your spellcasting skills. So divinity is the Divinity is the priest casting style. Other characters have Arcane, I can't remember what it's called for the life of me. Wizardry, that's right. They have Wizardry, Alchemist uses like ninjas, and Alchemists will have Alchemy. And then you just have your schools of magic, so Fire, Water, Mental, Divine, Earth, and Wind. Earth and Wind are not listed here because priests don't have access to them. Over here you will you'll have your weapon skills here, various different types. So Mason, priests for example have Mason Flower, Stave and Wand, Shield and Throwing and Sling. That's all the weapons they can use. Other things include the bow, modern weaponry, and so on and so forth. And then over here, these are just your utility skills. Priests don't get any, but things like picking locks and traps go in here, as well as scouting. Now then, so we're going to, in this case we'll be pumping up Divinity. Now, Divinity is just, well, it's a primary skill. That's another thing, by the way. Primary skills get an extra bonus on top of their current value. Divinity is just a mass increase of all your spells, as well as the spell points required. Putting points into a specific skill will increase the number of spell points available for that skill, as well as the power behind it. And generally you want to increase at least one weapon skill because you can't be casting all the time. And once you're done, you just pick a name. So let's just call him I'm so creative. In addition, you can pick different portraits available. There aren't usually that many, depending on race, but you can scroll through the races as well. It's amusing that you can actually have a racial portrait that doesn't match the actual race. Now, it's particularly bad because all the ninja races just look like this. They all look like humans wrapped in cloth. So you won't be able to get a werewolf wrapped in cloth, for example. But you could probably pull it off something similar with the catfolk. So beyond that, you then get to pick a personality, and each personality has two different voice styles. So, for example, let's look at the Chaotic. We have both examples of Chaotic. Our Ranger, Jarang, is Chaotic 1.
What do you want? If it walks, I can change that.
Meanwhile, our Ninja, Deem, is Chaotic 2.
Ordinary men fear the power of darkness. I revel in it.
So the voices are the same across race, but they differ a bit between gender. But race and class won't make a difference. And once you just pick one, so this is our priest, so let's make him a nice friendly priest. Actually no, that's silly. We're gonna have him hate everyone.
Alright, but don't expect me to waste my time yakking.
Or, you know, not really. But regardless, you pick one, you pick whatever you want. This really won't make a difference, but it can change some random lines that are presented throughout the game. And once you're done, you get told that you need a different nickname. And once you're done, you have your character there available to you. At any time, you've got their stats available, and you can click review to just go through their starting gear, look at their spells on the second tab. On the third tab, you have their skills, and on the fourth tab, you just have all the buffs, abilities, and so on them, as well as their modifiers. This same thing occurs in game. And if you ever want to get rid of a character to save space for whatever reason, you can just delete a character. Now down at the bottom, you'll see a 7 to 8 sign. Basically, you can import your party from a previous game from Wizardry 7 into Wizardry 8 if you so desire. I don't have a Wizardry 7 party because they don't have gadgeteers. Also because I didn't really want to endure the old-fashioned 2D graphics. But when you load the game, you've also got your options on the left, but you just pick the game. You can tell I've gotten a couple of different games, and so you pick the game you want, where this one up at the top, and you just click load. Now then, back to the game proper. Welcome to the Upper Monastery. Again. The actual upper monastery, not the upper lower monastery. But that would be silly. So, as I take a few moments to remember that WASD is not the thing to control your character with. Now, when we were here last, we got a few things, like a key. And what a key is used for, we're going to find a lock to open it with. I mean, we're going to find a lock to use it on. I mean, whatever. Now, here's the slight danger in that there is a map system, but it's kind of bad, so I don't really use it. Which usually means that I tend to make silly mistakes and forget what way I'm meant to be going. Which will probably will be entertaining for you at first, hearing me get annoyed at it, but probably will wear thin, so I'll try to avoid it. Keyword, try. So, running back through the monastery, now that we have the key available to us. Fun fact, not all doors stay open, so you can't always remember where you've been that way either. It's probably going to be someone already saying, no, that's not the way you go. But no, this actually is the way I wanted to go. Now, I'm pretty sure you can all hear the bats behind the door. So instead, we could go and get ready for the combat sort of thing, or we could probably do the smart option. Remember that we have no mana. Several people aren't really restored on mana, so we're going to rest it off instead. As before, you can break a camp anytime, so you don't necessarily get snuck up on. It doesn't really hinder you one way or the other. So to open a lock or anything like that you can't pick, you have to use the key on it. So excuse me for a few minutes while I try to remember.
Yes? What now?
You bellowed?
Actually gave the key to. That's right, I gave it to the fairy, who probably can't even lift the blasted thing. It's probably bigger than he is.
I sense movement.
This will be a party!
So helpful. Alright, so we've got a bunch of bats. They're pretty weak, but they can attack at range. That's the dusk bat, and behind them we have normal bats, which are even weaker. So let's put the dusk bats to sleep. I mean, the normal bats to sleep. I mean, whatever.
Understood.
Our ninja as well. Let's experiment with an item. And this is the point where I remember that he's not actually carrying the cherry bomb I wanted to demonstrate. That was smart of me. So instead, let's have him use the itching powder on them. And our gadget here will demonstrate his brand new lightning rod. Now Psionic will just demonstrate his decidedly not brand new ability to stab someone's mind. Sometimes, once you actually gain the ability to attack at range, you should really take advantage of it.
Pleasure. It shall be so.
Understood.
Now some of you will probably have noticed that the Gadgeteer's Lightning Rod suspiciously resembles the spell that the Samurai has. They're basically doing the exact same ability. As I've mentioned previously, the Bard instruments and the Gadgeteer gadgets... No, not that. The Gadgeteer gadgets just replicate spells. As you can see, there's quite a lot of benefit to having a purely ranged party. So the ability to cast spell...
Now, what is this devious device for?
I don't know. What is this devious device for? Why don't we try it out? I swear that was not me. Someone else did it, guys. Totally not me.
Trapped.
Oh, you're helpful.
What is your will?
You have Divine Trap, right? Yes, good. Thank you.
Bellowed.
Nope. So it's a dart. Poison darts. Wonderful. Well, at least we didn't get poison darts at us, though I can't really say I'm happy with what we found in here.
Standing by.
No, no, no.
Yes?
So yeah, that was a pretty crappy chest. Oh well. We at least smashed some glass. Now you guys might remember I was having a very, very silly moment last time trying to get through some glass. Well, guess what seems to have been smashed? By the way, that was probably a spoiler, but really, what else could that smashing sound have been?
My body is injured, but my mind remains
Go
clear.
up the stairs, not the banister, guys. Banisters are bad. In fact, I'm gonna rest. Given the way our psionic is, I'd really rather not tempt fate by having him die from fall damage. Again. This is a terrible idea. Oh, well then. That worked out. So, there isn't much in here, you'd say, but there is one thing. You'll notice before, the box of these hinges on them. Open up. And what do we have inside but a hunter's cloak? A +2 to AC that 3 of our party members can use. And I'm going to give it to neither of them right away because I want to see who actually can wear it first.
I am obliged.
Nope. Yes, you then. Enjoy your +2 AC there, good fellow. Wait, why don't you have this? What's wrong with you? Have more AC, damn it. See. The bane of my existence, unidentified items. Anyway, back to work. So, people who actually have been paying attention and actually watching at just the right time will have probably noticed that there was another thing made of glass in here. And they might even remember better than I am where it is. Lord knows I can barely remember anything half the time. But yes, we will go through here, and it's not in there, right. We will go down here, not take full damage, and look what we have. Unique samurai armor, that's unidentified.
Yes.
So, let's go to the psionic, let's cast identify, and fail. Well. But hey, at least he's getting better at using his mind. That's a good thing, right? Right? Oh, that's going to annoy me. Oh right, there is a way up here. Oh, by the way, another thing made of glass. This. And over here we find more access denied. Well, that's positive. We probably will want to keep that on hand. You never know when a pass will be useful. And over here we have a thing I can't check. A shillelagh. A shillelagh. Oh, just something or other. Not just for druids anymore. Anyone can use one of these. Whether or not they want to is another idea. Probably the person who will have best use of it is this guy, our fairy. I am going to laugh, because I'm pretty sure this is going to involve 2-weapon fighting. Oh well, it'll be entertaining for a while to see our psionic flailing wands at people. That said, I probably will want to switch them around. Shillelagh is 1 to 6 with a +1, and if I could ever click on it, is a 1 to 5 with a +3. So switch them around. The Shillelagh acts as the fairy wand, but instead of having a chance to sleep, it has a chance to knock someone unconscious, which is pretty good. So then, it's the big moment, guys. We're going outside. And welcome to Arnica Road. And if
Something stirs.
in the distance you will see the monastery. Up ahead you will see nothing because straw distance is a thing. But that said, there isn't really anything around outside. And once you cross this line you'll end up going back into the monastery anyway, so... Oh god.
We shall utterly obliterate them.
The enemies out here start
With
getting a
pleasure.
little more dangerous.
With pleasure.
So, if you haven't taken the chance to level up a bit in the
Understood.
monastery, you could actually end up being unpleasantly surprised out here. So just be careful.
It shall be so.
Right then. Right then.
Pretty sure that dagger didn't hit anything. I forgot why I don't use sleep. It slows things down, as you can imagine, but unfortunately it slows down all animations, which slows down pretty much everything.
Understood.
So yeah, try not to use slow. Don't do what I do. Do as I say, not as I do. Anyway, use
It
step to
shall
mind
be
or
so.
something. That was weak. The main problem with these is that they have a lot of health, so combat takes a while with them. Just because they simply don't die.
It shall be so.
Eyelids feel so heavy.
One other issue is that running will also take from your stamina, so you can't really do it too much. As you can see, Bayard is showing how you dual wield wands. Oh, would you just die already? Oh, new status icon. And also demonstration that the gadget here's gun will in fact do those random effects I mentioned previously. Our crab here is now blinded and therefore incapable of doing anything useful.
My aptitude increases.
Ah, my talents have been rewarded.
Now then, our bard here is going to want some more dexterity so he gets better at instruments, and more intelligence so he gets better at identifying things. It's pretty easy to level up a bard when you... Well, it's pretty easy to level up anyone once you know what they're going to be doing. Now our gadgeteer will be getting dexterity, the same thing but for different reasons. The modern weapons works off dexterity. Engineering, however, works off intelligence. And locks and traps works off both. So that's also fairly easy to do. But the main thing is, our bard may actually be able to identify stuff. Don't hold your breath. Nope. 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 And you're going to need the inventory until I can ID you. And nope. Now, Arnica Road, at least for the initial part out here, is just a matter of a lot of walking. But pay attention, all the same. Whoa, where did they come from? Oh dear. Oh, they're only level 4, never mind.
Worthy opponents.
There are 11 enemies here. This could take a while.
Understood.
Right then. Right then.
I have no idea what these are. Well, that was an interestingly boring turn. Let's do more of the same. Let's see if we can put the other lot to sleep. No. The other lot.
Understood.
Thank you. Good job. Good job. And now since they're all asleep, we're just going to be doing a lot of waiting around.
Understood.
But yeah, the difficulty ramps up a bit because you suddenly get larger groups of enemies around. And while they're fairly weak, they're still pretty dangerous. Especially since they all have HP in the 50s. And most of the time you're still doing single-digit damage. And especially if you're like me and forget to rest before moving on. Well, okay, I didn't forget.
Much better.
That was intentional. I didn't really want to, and I didn't realize there'd be so many out here. Now note that the ones on the right are no longer asleep. This could be problematic. And our bard has fallen unconscious from expending too much energy. That will be our other problem. Now welcome to an actual battle. You get surrounded a lot, and you're silly like me and have forgotten to do things like heal. Or no, I didn't forget to heal. I can still heal. In fact, all my healers still have all their healing available. Fortunately, Noel won't be able to dodge anything at the moment because he's, you know, asleep. Unconscious. Thank you. Well, at least we'll be getting plenty of experience from this, if we survive. There's in fact so many of them they can't even surround me. By the way, whenever you dodge or get hit, your stamina goes down as well, so you can actually be knocked unconscious from being attacked. Which leads to problems like that.
My ailment has abated.
Or he's awake at least. Bayard, heal.
It shall be so.
Please notice all these failed attacks from behind. These are not the most dangerous enemies in the world. They're in fact fairly incompetent, to think of it. That's going to be a problem, however.
It shall be so.
Having them all gang up on Fang like this is going to be a bit of a problem.
It shall be so.
I also probably should have gone our ninja to drink a potion. But at least he made sure that one died. I'll be honest, I'm actually really nervous about this. Getting myself into this position is pretty bad because it can actually go really sour, as you can see. In fact, yeah, I need... Oh no, okay. Well then.
It shall be so.
I want you to drink a
Taken
potion.
care of.
I want you to drink a potion.
With pleasure.
And I want you...
Good.
Oh, no. Actually,
Good.
yeah. So yeah, this was just a round to buy at least a bit of time.
It shall be so.
With pleasure.
Taken care of. Taken care of.
Understood.
Oh yeah. Whoa, that's bad. Our Psionic has just fallen unconscious. He's also a healer, and has next to no HP. So he's probably gonna die now.
Right. Much better.
But our Gadgeteer is back, so at least we can work with that. I will freely admit to being really nervous right about now.
Taken care of.
Understood.
My inner balance has returned.
That's not good.
Not today. I think it's high time someone healed me.
Quit your whining. Right, you're going to defend yourself. And you are going to use a healing item.
It shall be so.
Understood.
Right now, I really wish I could pass out healing items. Oh dear.
Right then.
Right, you equip, and you're going to defend our
With
Gadgeteer.
pleasure.
And let's hope that actually works. Or... yeah. That's... yeah, that whole bodyguarding thing isn't really working too well. Now, Samurai's not too good at his protecting job.
Taken care of. Right. Much better. I must rest in the arms of sleep.
You'll note that from his rapid attacking... yes, please, let's get you some healing items. God. Or you could not really have much in the way of healing items. Wonderful. Well, that'll be something at least. Right, I'm going to want you to heal that. By the way, this is the part where you regret not having enough speed on your people. But at least our bodyguard is finally protecting people.
Right then.
Understood. My ailment hath abated.
I might actually be able to pull this off without a death.
Right then. With pleasure.
Let's have you heal up as well. I'm gonna want you to try and put people back to sleep again.
Understood.
And, what do you have on you? Right, you don't have anything useful. Well, let's see what happens. They are... Please stop missing. Ah, very good. They're all actually asleep now.
With pleasure.
Understood.
No, we want to focus down the same target, if you please.
Understood.
It shall be so. Good.
Actually, no, you don't have anything else you can cast.
Feeling a little tired.
Back to normal again.
And yes, the enemy is actually outlasting us.
Right then.
We're losing this battle of attrition. That's how bad things are getting. Yes. Let's get you since... Oh, there aren't any potions of stamina in here. Right. Well, that was worth a shot anyway.
With pleasure.
No, no, no.
With pleasure. With pleasure.
Taken care of. It shall be so. Good.
Understood.
Really?
Right then.
Unfortunately, the murderers seem to actually be a lot harder to hit than I first thought they would be. This is a little bit problematic.
Taken care of.
Especially since nearly all of our party has just fallen unconscious. And I don't have any powder on me. Alright.
Taken care of.
Let's put you to sleep at least. Oh, that's sneeze powder, not sleep powder.
Much better.
My inner balance has returned.
My ailment has abated.
Right.
With
how much
pleasure.
heal? And let's make this work.
I almost feel normal.
Well,
We will.
after all that, we actually
My inner balance
survived.
has returned.
And no one leveled up. Of course. So let's heal up a bit. A lot. A very lot. And I think we should probably finish up here. So, in fact, I'm going to finish the stream with a nice camping window.